we should be good to go in just a sec. Hopefully, you guys are able to hear me. If not, please let me know, and I will be sure to adjust this. Um, Apologies. I really wanted to play that song. I really like listening to that song. Because hold on one second. So the reason why I like to listen to that song is that what's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Um, the way that they say fire, or like I'm on fire. Um, can I request a dice roll? Yes, you may. Dang, I thought it would work. Oh, Gideoner, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs to the community. That's very much appreciated, but never necessary. I super duper appreciate it. Um, I would ask what's the occasion. Because you know, if you gift subs, I might have to gift subs. So you know, I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed. I figured the streak was a good enough reason. Oh yes, you reached a 100 stream streak. Watch this. Okay. Okay, awesome. Okay, I think we are good. So I'm gonna say some hellos. So hello Cogs, right? Thank you for resubscribing. It's super appreciated, but never necessary. Oh, wait, you gifted a sub. Does that mean your financial advisor is gonna be mad at you? Cogs, right? Is your financial advisor gonna text you? Send an angry text? And then, thank you so much for Pokemon for resubscribing, and oh my gosh, 12 months at tier 1. That's insane. And, Ori, how far in the red do you want this business to be? This isn't a business. I wasn't the one who gifted you the sub. That was Cogs, right? That was Cogs, right? Ready? That was Cogs, right? And then, thank you again, Cogs, right, for gifting a sub to Ready. Also, and thank you, Potter, for resubscribing as well. It is super duper appreciated. Also, by the way, Gideon, congratulations on a 100 stream streak. I think you have the longest streak. You're a super important member of this community. Super happy that you're here. And yeah. And thank you so much for following Allure Glass. I hope you have a good time while you're here. And also, hello to Pokemon, of course. Hello to Shirley Scowly Ghoul. Hello again, Cogs Right. Hello, Gideon Yer. Again, congrats on the 100 streams, Pog. Oh my gosh, it's the Ready Steady. Hello to Brink. Hello to that Con. Hello to Mirrodin. Nice to see you today. Hello to Useful Reptile. Hello to Elm Dragon. Hello to Mike Heisner. Good to see you again. This is good to see you again. We haven't scared you away yet. Hello, Pioneer. Nice to see you. Also, you've been making a few streams lately. Nice. Hello, that Con. Hello to Potter. Hello, Alex. Hello, Tynek. Nice to see you. Hello, Dr. Osaka. Hello, 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 hello. I think that is everyone. Hello, Elgaz. And I think that is everyone. I think that is everyone. You know what? Can I get a second dice roll? Yeah. I don't know where the dice is, but yeah, here you go. Second dice roll. You can get a second dice roll. Alex. 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 With the powers given to me by the Gamba and my sleep schedule, I hereby announce the Great Reset. I call down the heavens to smite these heretics with divine retribution. May the waters churn, the ground rumble, and the mountains tremble before this Armageddon I have unleashed. May this day be remembered as the sleepless one transcended his humanity to put his marks on the annals of history. For today is the day the fates foretold, the day the seers saw in the die, the day dreaded by those sitting in their ivory towers, but today is the day those towers shall fall, their walls will crumble, their roofs collapse, and there shall be no mercy upon those souls unworthy of the power given to them. Let the great reset commence. Congratulations. I will VIP you right now, and then I need to remove everyone else's VIP after stream. Alex, you are VIP'd, and I will wipe everyone else's VIP at the end of stream. Um, yeah. And hello, Ziv. 250,000 channel points. That's insane, dude. Gosh. Your time has come, XDX. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was here. Great time to get in, I guess. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just eating the chocolate that Cogstripe redeemed. Where were you during the Great Reset? The one place I felt special because I was VIP, OL. No, you're just a special, Cogstripe. Everyone is special to our community member. We have the best community on Twitch, in my opinion. Like, unironically, I think we have the most talented technical community on Twitch. You say that, but you knew the book Longitude off the top of your head, Cogstripe. That's kind of insane, by the way. Clock-based. Okay. So, some of you guys, I know that we had a lot of excitement then. Really, quite a bit of excitement today. I hope everyone is in a good mood. I'm in a great mood because I figured out how to make this system work, I think. I don't have all the components that I need for it, but I think I can make it work. Is that a multiplexer? It's actually 2 multiplexers that we are going to be soldering today. So the idea here is that we are going to make the Witch Hat Atelier magic system from the anime. So the way that it works is that you draw a spell out and then it casts said spell. So the idea is to make that except work with, components. So you may say, oh gosh, that seems like literally impossible. Just like real life. Yeah, just like real life. Yeah, just like real life. This is super possible, right? So the way that we're going to get this done... Chat, no spoilers, please. Oh yeah, I won't spoil. There will be no spoilers. Hello, Wacky. Welcome in. But yes, so the main way that this thing is going to work is that we are going to utilize a magic ink that we are going to make out of Vegemite. And to do that, I promise we'll get to it. But to start, we're going to need a multiplexer. Just trust. Trust the process. Dude, I'm so excited. Can you run that by us again? Oh yeah, so we're going to use Vegemite to make a magical system. You know, as humans do. Listen, if you can't use Vegemite to make a magical system, and a system of, like, drawing magical spells, what's the purpose? Is that edible, just like the chocolate you just eated? Yes, it is edible. I believe Vegemite's edible. Well, it's plant yeast, right? Or something like that. I forget what it exactly is. The only thing I have is trust. That's good, because you are going to need a bundle of trust today. Also, dude, at work today, I was so productive. I get the sigil, but the runes, the Vegemite is brilliant. I'm up for it. Did you finally discover magical powers, but it's tied up in Vegemite? Maybe. You know when you're just, like, super duper... Guys, I'm so excited. You know when you're just, like, super duper excited when you figured out a blocker on something that you've wanted to do for a while? I'm pretty sure it's edible. It's a song lyric, though. Could be wrong, though. Yes. Hello, Escargot. Do you like snails? Alright. Let's get this guy started. So we are going to have to do quite a bit of soldering, so take a little bit. Remember, when maths fail, you can just invent them, and that's how imaginary numbers were made, and to explain things normal math can't reach. Yeah, similar. Hi, yes. Okay. I like snails. She just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich, Dancy. I'm sorry. I didn't. I didn't clock that one. I did now. I was somewhat productive at work. Should remember to wear gloves more often. I got some allergies. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyways, it is coming up to heat. What we are going to need to do is we are going to have to mount the header pins. So the way that this guy works, so this is a multiplexer. We have not used it on the channel in a very long time, and I don't think we've ever used it successfully, or for its intended purpose, because I usually rely on very quick polling to get our tasks done, but I think we can get away with it in this situation. I just like how much more well-known men are at work are than Midnight Oil. Oh, Men at Work. Oh, yes, because that's the song. But yes, so this is a multiplexer. So the idea here is that it can take 16 inputs, and it can be read by a single ADC or analog to digital converter. So essentially, the way that this bad boy is going to work is that we can have up to 16 different signals, and then process every single one of them. And so long as we're not looking at a high frequency, this is possible. So yeah, let's get this guy soldered and working. Hopefully. We will need two, because I'm inevitably going to burn one, and it's going to die in the fire. But, yeah. How are you guys doing, guys? Guys, how is it going? How's it going? I hope everyone's doing good. I got to see a wonderful movie this weekend. I'm not going to spoil it, but I did get to see the amazing Digital Circus finale, and that was awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm in such a good mood. New episode of Witch Hat was doing good, now doing extra good. Oh, okay, nice. I'm sorry, I like Deca more. It's going well. Okay, it seems like most people are doing pretty A-okay today. That's awesome. I was shelving and organizing things. Nice. Okay, so this doesn't have to be super clean, but I would still like the mounting to be at least somewhat professional, so we are going to attach it here. Well, you're the first and only Monder content. Time to go do IRL stuff. Okay, I think... Dude, I said this to my coworker. It scares me whenever I am first monitor content to someone, because I'm super worried about messing up. Like, if I'm first monitor content, it's Monka S, in my opinion. But yes, I have so many books. I went to work late, and I spent... Well, okay, nice. Hold on. I've pulled so many thousands of feet of cable in the last few days. Oh, hey, Comrade Soul. Nice to see you. You're here early. Oh my gosh, you're going to work for IBM? Guys, IBM is such a cool company. I actually know a few people who work there. I met some at the conference who work in the quantum computing area. He was super duper smart and hardworking, and I felt very out of place. But, I studied so much for a final coming up. The final is tomorrow, 9:30, and it's 2 a.m. right now. Well, relax a bit and go to sleep. And the best thing that you can really do for yourself is to sleep. What do we usually use? At the conference? Wasn't it in... Why wasn't it in your backpack, just asking? What? I have a lot of connections in quantum computing, but I don't think I'll go into that field unless I can get a scholarship related to that field. Yeah, quantum computing has a lot of money behind it, but I believe there are... I don't know. When I got to pick the guy's head on it, or a... why would you put the shorter side there are adjustable at the perfect height? Right you are, useful reptile. Right you are. It's overhyped. It definitely is overhyped, but there are certain applications that it's extremely good at. Sorry, so the reason why useful reptile is usually that I have to make this guy as flat as possible. Um, I usually have to make this guy as flat as possible to like maintain the circuit shape, but it doesn't matter in this application, and it is actually better to have the headers sticking out towards the chip because we'll be able to read it easier. So you are right in this application. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Has quantum computing already taken over regular computing? It sounds like a research-only thing. So the problem with quantum computing is that you essentially need to operate at an extremely low temperature, or like not near absolute zero, but like plus or minus a few degrees, right? Or picofarad or pico degrees, realistically. I'm aware of how it works. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Just realized that mounting this way though will be a pain. Seems comically impractical. Yes, depending on the application, though there are applications where it makes sense to use, particularly in security. Okay, I think I actually want it the other way due to mounting issues. It's just gonna be... I don't like that, though. Because if I do this... Oh, wait, no, I just mount it on the back and solder it backwards. Okay, yeah, no, that's what I do. It's always difficult for me to get these things started. Hold on. Curious if it's the... Okay. There we go. I'm just going to place you here so it's straight. Okay, so we do have to do some pretty precision-based soldering, so I'm going to solder these header pins on the back. Let's go ahead and get that going. Wait, that's not what I meant. This is exactly what I meant. Trust me. Trust. This is what we need. Put the board over the breadboard. No, I like it the way it is. Put the board over the breadboard. Oh, no, so you can't do that because there's a gap. So we actually have to make the height difference. So that's why this is approximately the same height. Okie dokie. That being said, I have a decent amount of anonymity for IBM's current management structure. Yeah, dude, that's so cool, though, that you have the opportunity to interview there. Fun fact, they have the second most Nobel Prizes behind Bell Labs, my beloved, who I don't even work for, but I just always shill because I like inventing. Okay. It's okay. Someday Unknown Court number 2 will be the most. After Bell Laboratory, yep. Okay, we need our... Ah. White bonk! Wait, more than GE? Yes, more than GE. Unless GE got one in the past 2 years. Hello! Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, let's get this guy soldered. Hopefully we can do some good solder joints today. Remember, graphic design is my passion, and circuit design is my hobby. Okay. Man, I want to solder now? Oh, okay. Just consider yourself a good source of inspiration. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited to make this magic system work. The application that I'm thinking of is for, like, a password-based system, but we can come up with anything essentially. Um, so it's basically a limitless with what we can do with it in theory. Um, in theory, keyword in theory. Lovely topical idea. May this work as well as the lizard. What? I can't make a black hole spell. I could try. In my second year of engineering circuits was the worst of my life. Same dude. My first circuits class, not like physics one, but my first like real circuits class where you were doing like where you were doing actual like circuitry and stuff. I remember almost dropping the class because I was too overwhelmed. And it was very close. It was very close. Also, I'm 100 pin off, and I'm gonna cry now. Okay. One sec. Okie dokie. Make a rock to dust spell? A rock to dust spell. A rock to dust spell. Yeah, I could make that. Middle one is missing some solder. Thank you. Oh, yes, you're right. The middle one is missing some solder. I think it was my professor because he explained these wires in parallel, or the heck what a breadboard was, and I was just lost every other time. I see. Yeah, for me, again, I was just like super overwhelmed with just getting functional circuits. That looks like a dry joint. And then this one looks a little dry. There we go. Okay, not the bestest of work, but this is passable work. We just want to solder everything, not just breadboards. Yeah, I think this is fine. All those should work. Not the prettiest, but should be okay. I had to do an E&M class this past year, and I hated it, so that's real. Yes. E&M is a little bit rough. Are you an electrical engineering escargot? Also, dude, I'm kind of like permanently brain rotted whenever someone says pre-med. Oh, okay. Whenever someone says Maxwell's equation, I think of Maxwell the cat, like, you know, the spinning black cat that just like makes the hoo 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 hee hee noise. I don't know a better way to put that into words, but that is what I'm feeling. Can't say I do. Okay, I just sound crazy. Boy, you are brain rotted. Yeah, of course I'm brain rotted. Yeah, exactly. See, Reddy, you understand. Also, Reddy, are you gonna start streaming again? If you don't mind me asking. Funny black cat, right? Yes, funny black cat. Mandeth. Oh, hey, Mandeth. Welcome in, welcome in. I heard your Twinkie project got messy. Yeah, it took like 30 minutes to clean up. And my mouse is still kind of stuck in the like downwards position. So it's a little sticky from the Twinkie, but that's okay. Okay, let's get this guy soldered, and then we're gonna have to solder one more. Then we're gonna have to get the software working and get it work and like get everything across. I never finished my Maxwell equation course. I had to drop out because of health issues. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's okay. 6 months in from now, you'll find a popcorn kernel covered in Twinkie somehow. No, I won't find a popcorn kernel covered in Twinkie. I hope. It's been almost a decade since I've had to take Calc 3 and it didn't help. Are you going for a post Like, I assume you've already been in the workforce then? And you're going for, like, a post-secondary degree? Let's get this guy attached. Should be no issues. Didn't you find popcorn in your lampshade the other day? Yeah, but finding popcorn in lampshade is different than finding popcorn with Twinkie on it. Yeah, I've had a bad office job and never finished undergrad. Oh, okay. So you're going back. What are you going back for, Ziv? I assume something in electronics. Physics. I just also like electronics. Okay, cool. Physics is definitely a very hard subject, in my opinion. I'm not good at it. Okay, let's check those solder joints. That guy's a little burnt. The board's a little roasty toasty, but it's fine. Yeah. All those joints look applicable. Okay. Alright, next one. Please be straight, please be straight. Okay, it is straight. Okie dokie. But good news, now I have AC in the garage, so it'll be less miserably hot while I stream. Dude, I could not... Or, well, okay, I say I could not stream without AC, but I literally streamed for months without AC before, so... I would very much not like to. I've never truly had an understanding of... I've never truly had trouble understanding any of the classes except for my health when the health was interfering. Oh, okay. Okay, to be fair, Gideon here, it was like... I think I got up to like... I want to say 38 degrees centigrade. 38... 38 C2F. Yeah. And then indoors, I believe it got up to, what was it? This? To see. Yeah, it got over 30 degrees Celsius inside. It got up to 30 degrees Celsius inside, to give you reference. It was a bit rough. It was a bit rough. Okay. Then I need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inside? That sounds absolutely terrible. And you don't have AC? That sounds like kind of torturous, not gonna lie. Uninstalled garage gopher. Uninsulated garage gopher. No one is going to make the shade out. Please be straight during Pride Month. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I think my mom said that to me before. There we go. Let's get this guy attached. Okay, one too many. It took me years to get over the intense shame about never finishing underground. Now I just have normal shame about it. That's okay. Do not worry about it. People have shame about absolutely everything, and that's not something to be ashamed of. I think the only things to really be ashamed of is if you're not good at League of Legends. Oh yeah, that's why we don't... What? I said that's the only thing to be ashamed of, if you're not good at League. What type of magic specifically are we making from which Atelier? Okay, so the idea, Mandeath, is that we are going to make the functional drawing system. We are going to make a functional drawing system from Witch Hat Atelier and make it work. And thank you so much for following Gerald Croft. I hope you have a good time for however long you are here, whether that be 5 minutes, 5 years, 5 days, 5 months, 5 seconds, you know. I hope you have a good time while you're here. But yes, so we are going to try to make drawable, essentially drawable ink turn into electrical circuits. Whether or not that's possible, I don't know. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. I think we're pretty good at what we do, so I think there's a good chance we can get it working. Oh, so that's why Vegemite. Smart, yes. Yes, that's why they pay me the big bucks, Gideoneer. That's why I'm paid the big bucks. I'm paid $3.87 an hour. Oh, that sounds very cool. Are you gonna try to make shoes that will help you fly, or too dangerous? In theory you could, but I'm trying to think. Could I make those? I don't think you can legally make those. That would be definitely way too dangerous, though. Even if I could, which I could. I think I could. Gosh, the fact that I could is kind of disturbing. Like, have you guys ever reached that point of, like, when you're familiar enough with just, like, tech that you can just be like, oh, I wonder if I can make X. And then it's just like, yeah, I can make whatever. Yes, it's a problem. I know, right? I have to resist the urge to make things constantly. Hear me out. What if you just gave in to your base level urges? I know how to make magical circuits that cause things to ignite, but it involves special ink. I wish I was that good. Oh, don't worry. You'll be that good soon enough if you keep practicing. Please solder. Oh, my temperature's too low. Give me a second. We would never see Ready Steady again if he gave in. No! No, no, no. Or I already lost. Do a shoe project? Already did a shoe project. Oh, are we talking about the self-tying shoes? Yeah, we did make self-tying shoes before. That was a fun one. Or self-securing shoes. Not self-tying. Good times, though. Oh, that's cool and a lot less dangerous? Yeah. Don't worry, I'm good at making dangerous stuff, too. Okay. Apologies, I'm not getting good... We're not getting a good enough reduction. Oh, thank you so much for following, Yogurt. I hope you have a good time however long you are here. Or Yogurt? Yo play? I assume it's Yogurt. With a name like that, you must have been around Twitch for a while, though, I assume. Because that seems like a name that people would, in fact, reserve very quickly. Okay. Oh, yes, but Mandeth, have you seen the series which had Atelier? Or I forget how to... I don't really know how to pronounce the Atelier part. So apologies, but... The Witch Hat I know how to pronounce. Oh, Station! How's it going, Atelier? I've seen it and really like it so far. Are you caught up? I'm almost caught up. I watch it while I am working out at the moment. Okay, Speaking of VOD Void, as of now, we're caught up and all VODs are uploaded and edited. You can call me whatever, and thank you. Oh, nice. Aside from today's and last VOD due to a failed upload, so no more VOD. Oh, thank you, Maple. Please send Thingy Mabopper. Please send Thingy Mabopper. And also, how are you doing, Maple? How's it going? Let's make sure that these solder joints are acceptable before proceeding. Well, they look acceptable enough, but the true QA is chat. Oh, these are not acceptable. Okay. Okay, chat, what do you guys think? Does this pass? Do these solder joints pass inspection? Oh, they're a little blobby. Doing okay, just vibing at the moment. I have free time, so I can stop in and say hi. Nice! One day I will get free time. I'm just kidding. I have some free time. Again, I was able to see a movie this weekend, and also I played EverQuest for far too long. Ye. Ye. Flat B grade and acceptable will not fail. That's good. What movie did you see? I saw The Amazing Digital Circus, the final act, in theaters because I wanted to watch it and support the creators on it. I think it's very neat, the fact that people, that they were even able to get in theaters in the first place. I cannot go. Okay, I won't spoil you. Wasn't planning on it in the first place. 7th looks dirty. Is that from flux or burnt? Otherwise, I'd pass it. Oh, okay. I need to clean up my soldering iron. Give me a second. Such a good finale. Let's see. What else? What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say with my... Hold on. I am slightly upset with this. Give me a second. Just cleaning off the soldering iron. Give me a moment. Also, today I learned you're supposed to change the filter. Yes, you are. You are most certainly supposed to. It's okay, Maple. I can say horrendous things. I am very good at saying things out of pocket, spoiling, and general skullduggery. Did I just say the word skullduggery? Please execute me immediately. Okie dokie. The 7th. You're right, the 7th is a little dirty. They will never get witch hat magic, so you gotta stay. Oh, okay. Tomb raiding Project Twin. I don't think we'll raid any tombs anytime soon. Oh, hello, Firefly 90210. That means you're from CA, I guess. Welcome in. Dude, I can't believe people are coming in from Instagram. It's finally working. Sorry. But welcome in. Hopefully you have a good time for however long you are here. We are just currently working on making a magical system from the Witch Hat at Year system. So it should be good. We just started this project. We did just finish a Twinkie hot dog machine. But yeah, I hope you have a good time. And we are just vibing, talking a little. Well, I do some soldering. We're going to have to do some programming in a bit. Monka. Besides that, should be Gouda, though. Me 3. Oh, nice. Oh my gosh, it's actually working. Pog. Okay, I have a tertiary question for those 3 people. For Escargot, listening to ASMR, and Firefly. Do you guys follow, what's her name? Phlox, I believe is her name. Phlox Labs. Okay, that's good. I've never heard of that person. Oh, okay. I don't know who that is, so the answer is an automatic no. Okie dokie, artichoke. Vlogs. I think it's with a P. Okay. Okay, let's just... That's just a little dirty. 1 second. Better. Okay. Here we go. Let's go ahead and check. Now I'm curious, who is that and why are you asking? They are another VTuber. Okay. Those joints are a little fat. I was excited, but that will do. These will do. Okay. Let's go ahead and get wires and get this guy set up. What we are going to need is some male to female wires and a lot of female to female wires. Those joints are big bone. Phlox, I believe so. Cogs, right? Yes. 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 That VTuber. Okie dokie. Okay, we are going to need female to female. Do I have plenty of those on the desk already? I do. Okay, let's get this guy connected. So again, the way that these guys work, let me zoom in a bit, is that you get our signal up here. The difference in your soldering is night and day from a year ago. Nice, thank you. You and Sparksmaker and Linted have been huge helps, and anyone who's really given advice on it. Try to read as much as possible. Okay, so if you take a look here, again, we have 16 different signals that we are going to be getting as inputs, or up to 16. We don't need to necessarily use all 16. And then we also have some pins on this side for things we are going to have to process. Oh. So we are essentially going to use different GPIO to process our signals. So see how you have signal... Signal 3, Signal 2, and Signal 1 over there? And Signal 0. So essentially, that's how you select which one you're looking at. And we need to make code that's able to select it for us. And then we're probably going to pass the result through Twitch chat is the idea. You know, because not using Twitch chat as Twitch TCP is not in our MO. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. Has Disgusted Pikachu made any appearances as of late? If Linted were here, I would ask. I'm not sure if Linted's here at the moment. I think, more or less, people have been cringing as a result. I just want to apologize for Linted's behavior using that emote in that way. It's your emote. Wait, is the disgusted Pikachu face your emote? Mandef, is the disgusted Pikachu face your emote? You know I take, like, actual psychic damage? Like, I take, like, legitimate psychic damage. Like, yeah, Sheenie's been around forever. Ask Sheenie. I take legitimate psychic damage whenever I see that face. Like, it's you know, like Pavlov's dogs being classically conditioned. It's like that, except when I see that emote, I get sad. Um. Anyways, yeah, Pavlov's VTuber. That's okay. I'll yell at him for it. Good, good. He does. He deserves it. Okay. We need to get the wiring. Look, Ori XDX. Okay. Speaking of Pavlov, do Nerf gun motors still make you flinch? I don't know. Okay, so hold on. Hold on. So, I do in fact have like a spare project in mind in case of me not really wanting to do something. And the Nerf gun one is that project. So I just have like a Nerf gun unassembled and ready to go. Not unassembled, but assembled and ready to go. Oh, hey, I just found a third smoke detector in the kitchen drawer, taken from the kitchen ceiling because it kept going off, no doubt. Safety. Okay, I need male to female and female to female. Was it in the blender in a box? Huh? And then, it's okay, Ori, the yellow rat can't hurt you. You say that, but in Jane's stream, dude, in Jane's stream, I'm known as Pikachu. You know? So it's spread a little. People here who watch, Wolf, you watch Jane. A lot, well, I think we have an extremely similar overlap. But, you watch Jane. I'm known as Pikachu, right? Whenever I do, like, to the bot, to Jill. Anyways. It's okay. Do you get your ESP32s in bulk? I get ESP826s in bulk. I do not use 8. I do not use, ESP32s though. But that's more or less because I'm just not comfortable with them yet. Okay, so we're going to need this, and we are going to need one more for the actual signal. Okay, does color matter here? I don't think color does. How much do you usually pay? I'm thinking of getting some. I think they're about... Honestly, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think they averaged out to being somewhere between $3 to $4 per unit. When all is said and done. Okay, so again, our selectors here. So the selectors are these 4 pins that we just wired up. So these are our selectors here. That's how you determine which one of these you're actually going to be reading in as an input, and that will be passed along to this wire here. And then we just need to also get the voltage and everything wired. Would you recommend them from home automation? I believe there are extreme security issues with them unless you do your security very tightly. But if you don't care about that, go for it. Realistically, no one's going to... There's not much, like, someone's going to gain from accessing your thing that turns on funny light, right? But that's my opinion. Okay. I just flashed an ESP8266 as a home sensor. Okay. Nice. Okay. So we're going to look up the datasheet for this guy real quick. So this is a V59916 multiplex channel. Yes, the Russians being on my network is fine with me. Listen, listen, okay? So, hear me out. Hear me out, okay? Hold on. Hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Don't do this, by the way. Don't do this, by the way. But, but, don't do this. Um, you have, did you know you have infinite RAM if you have a botnet? Don't do that, though. Um, sorry. Don't do that. The latency, though. Or, or yes. Or yes. Um, but yeah, don't do that. They can try to steal my CSGO loot boxes, but the joke's on them since I don't have any of them. Or yes, always. Yes. Okay, dude, I'm in such a good mood today. Thank you guys all for being around, by the way. I hope you guys are having a good time with stream. I'm having a great time today. Distributed computing over a botnet sounds difficult for real workloads. Yeah. And also, I need to hydrate. Okay, nice. And yeah, no problem listening. Okay. So we need to open up the datasheet for this guy. I hope I still have the datasheet kicking around. I'm gonna take a quick look in my downloads and see if I do. B599. 599. Multi... Okay, I do not see it. Give me a moment. B599. Multiplexer datasheet. Give me a second. Hold on. We're gonna have to zoom all the way in for something. I need to double check the chip name on this guy. Oh, is there any chance we can read that? I don't think that's going to be possible to read, unfortunately. Not sure if there's more soldering, but the fan is quite audible. Okay, I'll turn it off. We don't need it for a little while, at least. Computer enhanced. Like, you can literally see, like... Never, don't look at my nails! Don't look at my fingers. Okay. It is definitely a Texas Instrument one. I'm just trying to see what part number it is. Give me a second. See if I can get some additional light on it. Oh, almost. Maybe this way? Oh. Oh. Can you guys read it? What are we looking for? We're looking for the part number. Hold on, let me take off my glasses. I can't see without my glasses. Well, I can see 2020 with my glasses, but I can't see better than 2020 with them. So actually, for close-up stuff, this is a 2420. Okay, someone write this down, write this down, okay? This is a 242 0x HDW G4 CD 40 87 BM. Apologies. Why not just look up the datasheet? I am trying to look up the datasheet. I was trying to get the right number because there are several different parts whenever you search the multiplexer. Surely you mean 6-7 BM? Maybe. 4067. Yeah, you might be right. I think you're right. I think you're right. Okay, yeah. I think you're actually right. Hold on, let me double check. I don't know how you knew that off the top of your head, though. But that's pretty darn impressive. I can't believe you knew that off the top of your head. Yes, it is 6-7 BM. 4067 BM. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's very hard to read the writing on these little tiny chips. No. So you just got lucky? So you just got extremely lucky? Thank you so much for following Fruit Pikmin. I hope you have a good time. Well, you are here. Wait, did your cheek just puff? Yeah, of course, my cheeks can puff. Wait, did you guys not know my cheeks puff whenever I'm upset? Like, hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. Like, yeah, I have a tongue. I have cheek puff. I can be upset. I can be happy. Yeah. No, the tracking is insane. Yeah. Get that tongue away. Also didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah, no, the tracking on it's great. The tracking on it is, in fact, great. Like, no complaints. Also, I am downloading the datasheet, then we will share it with the class in just one moment. Give me 6 to 28 seconds, give or take. Okay. Downloads, we want to download this as V599. So what we are looking for on this datasheet and what we are going to go over is how to actually read this datasheet and get useful information out of it. How big do the eyes get? What do you mean? Hold on. Like if we're talking about like eyes, I can like I guess that would be the biggest. Like if we're talking about eyes. Okay. Wait, you've never noticed the fins move? Yeah, whenever I'm upset, they'll go down. My fins go down whenever I'm upset. Mm-hmm. Do you have a disappointment? Okay, anywho. Pro just looks confused there. I'm always confused. That's my secret. That's my secret, Captain. I'm always confused. Okay. Enough playing with the model. Yeah, whenever you send something in chat. Okay. Anyways. Oh my gosh, it's Coconut Mall. I love me some Coconut Mall. What tracking software do you use? I use VTube Studio and VBridger. Okay. What we need is this. Okay. Quick look over this document. Okay, let's take a quick look over this document. So the two things that I really need to take into account is the operating voltage and any other information that may be important. So usually that's going to be on the features part. So so you'll see the voltage operating is from 4.5 to 6 volts. So that means it wants 5 volts ideally. That should be no problem. We can give it battery power. The same battery power that's used to power our microcontroller should be fine. So if we want 6 volts or just under, just over, we can use 4 AAAs, and that should meet our requirements. Let's see what else. So we have our temperature, we have our fan out. Is there anything else we need to know? There's usually application circuits here as well, so you can see usually how people use this, and then they just have like the pinouts, of course. We don't need that particular portion because this is a sensor on the actual module. I think that's all we care about. Yeah. The only thing I really needed here is what voltage we take, and it's 5 volts, so that's good. Okay, next. We'll need to set up a working version of that system, so that's going to be some batteries. Okie dokie. That's the standard. I really wish there were some more open source alternatives. A certain VTuber may be working on their own open source alternative, though I don't know if they intend to release it ever. Okay. Gonna need to ship a wire, get this guy attached, then also get that guy attached. Shouldn't be much of an issue. Okay. Is it you or Ty? It's not me or Ty, actually. It's a very talented VTuber. Not to say Ty's extremely talented, but I'm not sure how good their software skills are. Depending on the language, I'm tempted to ask and offer to maintain it. I'm thinking of the same person. Oh, okay. Ori cosplaying Magic Gojo. You're also extremely talented. I'm not extremely talented. Unfortunately, I lack in the talent department quite hard. But that's okay, you know? Because we can make up with it with hard work. Hard work and dedication can make up. What is the lizard button for? Wait, why are you guys... What's the lizard button meant to do here? Boy, I think you're talented, Date Bio. I will die on this hill. I'm still here for a reason. I appreciate that you're still here, by the way. Sheenie, you've been here since I've been on, like, 3 viewers. I really do appreciate you being around all this time. And I know you have to pop in and out sometimes for your job or other things, but yeah. I really appreciate and, like, am excited to see you around whenever. Because you kind of watch me, for a lack of a better word, like, people who've been around for a while, like Sheenie, have kind of watched me grow from what I used to do to this. Okie dokie. I've been slowly convincing them on putting it on a repo and doing CI/CD for them. Okay, listen. Listen, Wolf. Not everything and its mother needs CI/CD, okay? Not everything needs CI/CD. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Y'all are Delulu. Okay. If only to just publish artifacts. But I think I've said that before. You're right. You're right. Everyone and their mother and their grandmother needs CICD. That's literally my job. You don't need CICD for everything. Everyone should just build from source. Yeah, everyone should just build from source. So, okay, counterpoint. It looks like I'm in the minority here. Counterpoint. If you're on a project that doesn't have that many individuals who are working on it, and it would take longer for you to prop up that CI/CD than it is the time that you would save, is my counterpoint. Because developing good CI/CD can take time. I agree with Ori. I'm literally in the minority here. I wouldn't. That just means you've set up your CI/CD framework poorly. Okay. So from the experience I have with CI/CD Gideoneer, my stuff tests on hardware whenever I build it and make it. So I literally have to run automated hardware testing whenever I use it, you know? So it's a bit different. I literally bought a 300 mini PC for additional CI/CD. Okay, I need... Honestly, I prefer if I don't have to take this guy apart yet. Okie dokie. Feeling a test involves robot arms hitting things they shouldn't hit. No, but you can read like outputs from different sensors, right? To check if something works or not, or if it produces the proper artifacts that is the result of physical testing. More CI/CD, another 8,000 unit test. Dude, I haven't had to write unit tests in like 4 years. If someone told me to write a unit test right now, I think I'd break out crying. Like, I shouldn't have to write a unit test. Basically did that when I first started working, never again. Never again, never again, never again, never again. Never ever shall I do that again. Okay. Let's see. Unit tests are where you earn your stripes. If you say so, Chief. They had unit tests 300 years ago? Maybe. Not me writing almost 800 unit tests for the subathon manager at the moment. Okay, listen. That's quite a bit. I feel like I'm being attacked. I'm not trying to attack or antagonize anyone. I just don't like it. So unit tests, Ziv, are software tests typically that either use simulated input, in order to test like a function. So like the smallest bit of code possible. So if I wanted code to write a multiplication function and I wanted to write a unit test for that, I would pass in a bunch of different parameters, and then based on that, you compare it to your answers. At least that's how it works for Google tests. I'm not sure for other frameworks. So it essentially makes sure that your function's working as expected. And thank you so much for following the Rock Puncher. I also punch rocks. I also eat... Well, I don't eat rocks. Wait. Wait. Rock Puncher. Please tell me you're still there. Rock Puncher. Are you an Evangelion fan? Are you an Eva fan? Please. Sorry. Ignore me. I need male to female, not male to male. Okay. But they are useful, Ziv. Oh, hey, Linted. You're totally not in trouble. There's zero chance you're in trouble. The anime, yes. Evangelion, the anime. Zero chance. Yeah, I probably have done something like that over a decade ago in school. Oh, nice. Just need to make sure that I can power both, which I should be able to. These things aren't really that hungry. Good. I'm also a huge Evangelion fan. It's one of my favorite anime. It's that or Claymore. I like Claymore a lot too. But Evangelion's pretty awesome. I also like Steins Gate. Dude, Steins Gate's so cool. Oh, you'll find out sooner or later. Claymore is goated. Evangelion depression hits different. Uh-oh. Wait. Steins Gate minus the last episode is good. I actually haven't watched Steins Gate in a while. Wait, why isn't this working? What am I doing wrong here? From what I know, if you understand Evangelion, you end up with depression. That's okay. Depression is just a theory. Opinions on the last episode of the original Evangelion series. Shinji crank that. Wait, are you talking about when he like opens up the when he opens it up, opens up the door whenever the power's out? Yes, that meme. Yes, that's it. Okay, yes. Shinji, crank that, soldier boy. Wait, why isn't this guy turning on? Hold on, let's make sure everything's connected first of all. I'm an engineer, by the way. I'm an engineer, by the way, guys. In case you didn't know, I'm an engineer. I totally would never place the batteries backwards. Never. You're not on the clock, so it's fine. Dude, I literally... Okay, this is kind of messed up. I literally told my, like, coworkers, just, like, do not bother me for the next 6 hours when I was at work, like, at the morning meeting or whatever. So why are these colors reversed? Not that that matters, but it's more of an annoyance. I was just like, just trust. And they didn't. It was nice. Okay, cool. At the morning all hands, Ori tells everyone to leave her alone. Perhaps. Perhaps. Okay. Cool. We need to make sure that the code is linked, or are. Let me make sure the wires are correct. I do want to make sure of that before continuing. Okay, so URVN. Okay. Ori was like, I will punch you if you bother me. No, it wasn't that, okay? It was like, are you ever going to bring the lizard back? What do you mean by bring the lizard back? It's very rare that I retread projects or do something similar, so it's unlikely. I may one day. I don't know, if I find a good use for him. He is still assembled, so I still have 2 things assembled, and he's taking up valuable hardware. The lizard's taking up valuable hardware right now. Yeah. Yeah. Anywho. One day. One day, maybe. Um, so he'll just sit there collecting dust. Single engineer money. Buy more hardware. No, save the lizard. Okay, so the follow-up question to that is, I do not have room on my desk for the lizard. So what do you want me to do with the lizard? You have a wall. You have a wall. I don't... A desk fund. I have a desk fund. I have a desk. Okay, excellent. And then we also need to set the voltage. Okay, so we also need to set up the voltage for this. That's VCC and ground is on the bottom here. Okay, yeah, VCC is on right here, and then the ground is right below that. Oh, hey, Bedlam, welcome back. How's it going, dude? We still haven't finished the fork fund. Okay, hang him on the wall next to your bed and have his hand smack a bell as an alarm. You remember me? Yeah, I remember everyone. Roughly speaking, I try to remember everyone who talks in the chat. Yeah. Why? Is that bad? Should I not? Should I not? Impossible. What do you mean impossible? I remember you don't like spider. I remember you want to get into robotics. Let's see. Let us get this guy attached. I will sleep on a mattress on the floor now. Nice. Even if they change color. Kynaps, please don't change color. It is actually extremely difficult for me to track your information. For me to track information. I know you well enough, Kynaps, that doesn't matter, but like... Please. Y'all are bad people. Gaslighting me. Plus, we already did that bit. Yeah, you guys already did that bit. You guys need to get more creative. But yes, it can get difficult, huh? What's wrong, Bedlam? I believe you said you wanted to get into robotics before. And then... I don't think I asked you what your major was or what you were interested in. I don't recall an answer. Usually I have pretty good memory about this stuff. Yeah. Anyways, just need to get this guy attached. I think it should glow red. Why do I smell burning? Okay, no. We're not burning. Maybe? Maybe burning? Is that why you asked me my major again? Yes, because I want to remember. Ziv. Physics? Was it? I want to say it was physics. Why do I say I want to say it was physics, but I don't recall? Okay, I think it's physics. I think it's physics. I'm gonna go with physics, final answer. Yeah, but I told you before, so I was teasing you. Oh, it's hard for me to detect that type of stuff, though. Okie dokie. Let's get this guy plugged in. Physics. Yes, physics. Sorry, I was debating saying something, but I ended up not saying it. Just remembering my cringe past. Oh, maybe the headbat's getting me. Blah, 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 blah. Do it. Oh, this guy, I believe there's an LED indicator on this, is it not? You're great. Okay. The cringe just means you've grown as a person. Cringe past haunts us forever, don't worry. Okay, so I don't know if I want to talk about this, guys. It's always been funny to me how much more difficult the math is for undergrad physics compared to the undergrad degree program, including math. I don't know how much I can handle the cringe. I apologize. There's no need to tell us everything. Yeah. I think I'll pass on this one. It's just a cringe moment from my high school self. She was a very cringe individual. Chat, if we're going to be fully honest with each other. Chat, if we're going to be fully honest with each other. Okay, maybe not. We are very on. Yeah, you guys are a very honest chat. Exactly. Okay, so I may have like mentally. It's not that bad. It's not actually that bad, obviously. I wouldn't say it if it was bad, nor do I do anything bad. I used to collect information on people mentally, mentally categorized it. Like mentally categorize like information on every single person I've met in high school. Like literally, like the joke was I had like a filing cabinet of information of people under my bed. Oh wait, in high school. Yeah. So I just like knew like absolutely everything about everyone. Whoopsie. Like a stalker. Still not that bad. I know it's not that bad, but like it's still cringe. Also the light. I need to get a curtain. Apologies. Anyways. Did you even try or did it just happen? It's just I tried. Anyways. We need to get the signals hooked up for this. So this signal is going to be going into our analog to digital converter. Oh my gosh, I'm going to cry. 1 second. I need maybe if I push this guy further over, it won't be as bad. Give me a moment. Okay. Okay. I was expecting those dancing to has been hotel music. Yeah. That would be cringe. Luckily, I don't think I did anything. I did do some stuff that was cringe, but nothing that cringe. I don't know, man. Anyways, our analog to digital converter is our A0 on this point. Was our A0 on this point. So this is our analog to digital converter, and this is what we need to be keeping track of. So I'm going to get this guy hooked up. Or like, you know, the guy that was dancing to the bindi and the... Oh. Yeah, that's peak cringe. Listen, just because I'm brain rotted, does not mean anything bad. And just because I had keys to every single room in the high school does not mean that I was bad. Anyways, who gave you the keys? Anyways, onwards. Onwards and upwards. We need to hook up some GPIO signals. I mean, to be fair, the worst thing that I would do is go into, like, the teacher's lounge and, like, buy a soda. Yeah. It's not sus. It's not sus. I had permission. I had permission. I had permission. I had permission-ish. Well, actually, I didn't have permission to go to the teacher's lounge, but that's okay. I just happened to have keys for stuff. For work, not work-related. Most polite trespasser. Yeah, Okay, hold on. I need to open this. But yeah, did you guys know that the teacher's lounges has sodas in it that you can buy? Mm-hmm. Very useful information, I know. This is low-key on... with Ellie breaking into her neighbor's dorm room in the middle of the night to do the dishes. No, okay. Ours didn't, it just had a coffee machine. Yes, ours was open for people to walk in. So they didn't let us do it at, so I don't think we are allowed to have soda in schools or something, because, I don't know, dude, my school is weird. So, hold on. Okay, I want to get this guy wired up. Do we go top to bottom, bottom to top? And you only need a few keys to decode the master key depending on the system. I also had the master key. Whoopsie. Thank you so much for the raid, Sifo. Welcome in, raiders. I am Morgana Aura. I'm a tech VTuber. Hopefully you guys had a good time with your stream. Hello, Sifo. How's it going? How's it going, Sifo? Yeah, I'm a good individual, okay? I've never done anything bad in my life. Anywho, we need to get these guys connected. Hello, Ninja Bartender. What is up? That is a cool name. Happy wiring? Yes, happy wiring indeed. I didn't have a master key, but I had a special office key because the spaces were used for 3D printers. Yeah, so the actual reason why I had the keys... The actual reason why I had the keys was because, like, I did IT for them back in high school. So I just happened to have a key everywhere. Though I definitely shouldn't have. And I definitely shouldn't have had a master key everywhere. But we don't talk about that. I'm just a little guy. Anyways, let's go ahead and get these guys wired up. So we will be using the following GPIO, general purpose input output pins. We will be using D1, D2, D5, and D6. So those are the pins that we need to control. Why did you make your school... Why did... Oh, I did it for volunteer work. So I was in... what is it? Honor Society or whatever. And we had, like, required volunteer hours. So I volunteered and did IT stuff. It was pretty cool. I didn't know that's what GPIO stood for. Well, now you learned something new. Also, Stuffy, I'm kind of... Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Not cringing at my past self. I would never cringe at my past self. Anywho. But yes, they did hire people for it. Actually, they only had one person at the high school for it. But, you know, it's hard to cover the entire school. Well, time to go. All right, see you later, Syphil. Have fun? Oh, I might. I might just have some fun. Okay. So this is all wired up. So now we are going to have to make the application code. So I don't think we actually have an example version of this code working. So we are going to have to write it from, not scratch, but from example code forward. Like, I don't have a example library for it. But I will double check if I do. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. We in fact do have a version of multiplexing code. Bailed out. We have been bailed out. We in fact have a multiplexing example code. Thank goodness. A working version? I don't know, we'll figure that out later. That's future me's problem, silly. Our school had this one in storage that was shared across all other accounts, and it had a bunch of films and games on it. Also, I think I've also said this before, but if you guys have ever noticed games on your system at school, you're welcome. I just want to say you're welcome. Because you best know that I put video games on people's computers. You're welcome. Anywho. Let's go ahead and compile this guy. Hopefully it compiles. And before it doesn't compile. A working version? Yeah, of course a working version. Our entire library was RuneScape hour during the break. Yeah, so I would normally put Warcraft 3, StarCraft, and CS on the computers. I didn't put Halo on it too often. I also put I put an emulator with Pokemon on it as well. You know, just as a little treat. Just as a little treat, you know. And if you're wondering where it came from, I still have the USB. I still have the USB. I still have that USB. I still have that USB right here from high school. I would just upload it. Anywho. Hello, fair Alamosa. Okay. I was in an arms race with my high school IAT. I eventually won by utilizing... Oh, thank you, N_A for the 3-stream streak. I eventually won by using a Google tunnel they had back in the day, and they couldn't block that. Nice! Yeah, so if I had to get around school blockers, like, I would just make my own websites that directly linked all the games that I'd won. Anywho, we need to check the code and make sure it compiles. Apologies for getting slightly distracted. But the code did compile. Let's go ahead and see if this bad boy works, and then we're also going to have to set up an example circuit to make sure this is also working as expected. I believe this is supposed to be acting as an input. We'll find out pretty quickly if this is working or not working as intended. But yeah. Look, guys, I'm in such a good mood today. I can't wait for that to get ruined. Okie dokie. Oh, and we'll also have to port the code to accept Twitch commands, but that's easy. Alright, let's get this bad boy flashed. And we have an air. I'm gonna have to change the port on it. What did I put on there? To be fair, I caused an arms race by trusting the IT guy with the Twitter of the person who kept making new VPNs, so he just followed them too and instantly added all the new ones to the block list. That's sad. I ran a Linux Live USB until someone ratted on me. That's rough, buddy. Unfortunately, I was not that deep in tech, so I did not run Linux in high school. I can't say I actually have ever ran... No, I've used Linux for my personal use, but I generally don't. We need the serial monitor. Okay, all these numbers should be 0 whenever they decide to connect. Please work. Okay. Let me double check that I don't have the serial monitor open on another boyo. Okay. My first time running Linux was in middle school when I set up my VM on my own laptop to test it out. Nice. Well, you're ahead of me on that. Alright, so as you guys can see, we are getting values out of all of our channels. So what we want to do is I would like to make a voltage divider across 2 different channels to go ahead and see if it's working as expected. Again, so we are working with an 1020, or we are working with a 10-bit ADC, so that's 2 to the 10th bits of resolution. So this guy is right now saying that it's approximately, what is that, 0.03 volts? 0.03, yeah, 0.03 volts, so no voltage. So that's expected. So let's go ahead and make a voltage divider, I suppose, real quick. We'll make it lickety-split. Did I just say the words lickety-split? I need... Oh my gosh, I don't think I've used a starter kit in so long. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, am I gonna get to use a starter kit? Oh no, I have a resistor kit, never mind. Yes, you did, lickety-split. Yeah. Listen, being 300-something years old is rough. Kiloohm. Okay, so we're just gonna make a simple voltage divider. We're going to make one that is just a direct read, and then the other that's a non-direct read, and then plug it in. So again, we do have 16 inputs that we can read over here. So we do have our 16 inputs that we can read, so we'll just be connecting to 2 of these pins up here. Probably actually down here now that I'm thinking about it, because there's C0 and C1. So we'll get this guy connected and get it working. And then we can also go through and make sure that everything else is going. Zoomer resistors, exactly. We love our Zoomer resistors. Dude, almost... Sorry, I'm in a good mood. I don't know why I'm in such a good mood. I mean, it's a Monday. No, because I get to see y'all. I did get a workout. Work was productive. I don't know. Anyways, for a voltage divider, we'll need 3. We'll need 3 resistors for my plans. So again, the analog to digital converter is used to using, what's the word? The analog to digital converter is used to using up to 3.3 volts, I believe, of charge as the indication here. So what we are going to do is we are going to take the 3.3 from this, from some of the like I/O pins here, and we are going to reroute that into our voltage divider. And we just need to make that real quick. Let me just remember how to make a voltage divider. It's first grade, SpongeBob. Anywho. Okay, I'm gonna need 3 volts. Oh no, not the dreaded voltage divider. I mean, theoretically, nothing's too bad with making an actual voltage divider. I do have some faith in myself. Let's see. Okay, cut this guy up. Oh, I'm also going to unplug this because we don't need it right now. What's next? Amperage divider? Wattage divider? I don't know, man. Wait, have I talked about AC to DC yet? I think I have. In a short? Yes, in a short. Like, I know I've talked about it in a short, but I'm not sure if I've talked exclusively what makes something AC and what exclusively makes something DC, right? Like, I've mentioned, oh yes, it takes this AC current, to the YouTube. I don't have the commands, Brink, I'm sorry. Please don't Shawshank Redemption shank me. Okay, anywho. We are just working on the voltage divider if you are just joining in with us. So what we are trying to make is a functional magic system based on the drawing magic system in Witch Hat Atelier. So yeah. Wait. Hold on. I have a command I'd like to do. Magic 8 Ball. Will I get a Will I get a significant other in my near future or ever? It's not fair. 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 It's not fair, dude. It's not fair. It didn't even say no, dude. It said haha no. Why did it have to say haha no? It didn't even... This is rough. It laughed? Yeah, it said haha no. It was like, you're cooked. Yeah, I know, I'm cooked. Reply hazy, try again. Okay. Try again. Has it said yes a single time? Maybe it just says no. Someone get it to say yes real quick. Anyways. You may rely on it. Just say yes. You may rely on it. See? There it goes. Just the command itself. Cogs, right? Oh my gosh. Without a doubt. It's that easy. I don't think you guys can... Magic 8 ball, will I be happy? Everybody fishing for partners with the magic. Okay, listen, not all of us can be married, okay? Not all of us can be happily married with their streamer wife and have a cool job and have cats and have a good time. Not all of us can do that, okay? The rest of us are in the trenches, okay? The trenches, okay? We are in the trenches. Oh, Sheenie also has a wife and kids. It's not fair. 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 Sorry, I tried to help. You did not help. You just made things worse, okay? Listen, just stop asking the Magic 8 Ball questions about me, okay? Ori, you're in a bunker. The trenches are the people attempting the dating life. Ori, it's okay. Continue with your inventions. I will continue with my inventions. Hold on one second. Sorry, I'm mentally recovering. I just mentally need a little moment. Will I move to OK? As in Oklahoma or move OK? Concentrate and ask again. Oof. Sad. Sorry, I'm just straightening out this wire. Give me a second, guys. Oklahoma. Are you proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, I think? Is that how that line goes? I'm not? Okay. Oh yeah, so voltage divider is pretty straightforward. Essentially, we are going to take the measurement like right here in between where it's losing. Where it is losing a bit of energy due to voltage loss over the resistor, and we will be sampling it there. So what I need is this. And then... what else do we need? Need a tiny bit of wire. Hope you're still in a good mood even after the 8 ball. Yeah, I don't let something like that control my destiny. You know why? Because watch this. Watch this. Magic 8 ball. Will I ever find... Will I ever find a partner? And here is when it says yes. Okay? It's just gonna say yes. See? It's just that easy. You just have to will it into existence. I am a space orc. I've said this before. If I believe something will work, it will work. If I believe something won't work, it won't work. Gork or Mork? Mork. I'm brutal yet cunning. Or cunning yet brutal. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I still need this guy connected. Come on. Okay. Then need this like connected here. Then oh, I need to sample the voltage. Need to sample the voltage here. Okay. To do that, I need a male to female cable. And what we are doing is we are just setting up our voltage divider right now. This is just to make sure that our mux is working as expected. So yeah, give it a moment. So put this guy on C0. And we will put the other one on C1. Then this does need to be connected though. Okie dokie. Okie dokie artichokes. My grandmother's family is from OK, not a big fan given that information, but I might be relocating due to work. Okay. All I know about Oklahoma is I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee and casinos. Oh, and what's it called? Tornadoes, right? I think they have tornadoes there. That's all I know. Can anyone from Oklahoma tell me if I'm correct? I'd appreciate the information. They don't even have good food in Oklahoma, do they? That's kind of sad, because, like, Texas has barbecue and Kansas has barbecue, right? I think. And then, but what about Oklahoma? The one in between the two. You think that they would have good barbecue. But I've never heard of Oklahoma barbecue. Huh. Huh. Weird. And again, we are just making a voltage divider. And then I'm just going to sample it at 2 different points. Oklahoma barbecue is more pork focused than beef. It's pretty good. Oh, okay. Interesting. If I ever go there, I'd like to try it sometime. Though I don't know why I would ever be in Oklahoma. Because if you're driving, like, across the country... Yeah, no, you drive through, like, Kansas, right? Okie dokie. Maybe work travel for the middle of a test in somewhere? You think you can stand in a line? Wait till Chat first time chatter. Absolute chat first time chatter. I love puns. I love making puns. I do not like being. I do not like being punned. I love making puns though. Absolute Chad. Welcome in, Lampfowl. So it gets the voltage. This finishes, goes back to source, and then I need another one right there. Okay. I am about breadboard surfing, but I'm glad I waited. I had one about breadboard surfing, but I'm glad I waited. Oh, okay, nice. Soldering for the first time in a hot second. I am bad. No, dude, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It will be like riding a bike, except the bike is 700 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you touch it, it burns your skin on contact. But besides that, just riding a bike. Okay, let's go ahead and test and see if this circuit is working as expected. So we made a voltage divider. Oh wait, no, I did not finish it. Silly me. I did not finish this guy. I need 2 male to female cables to finish the voltage divider. So the thing that I forgot is the source voltage. So real quick, I need to add something for the source voltage, and then we shall be good. I'm just going to put it on this rail here. Okay. Purple because Barney the dinosaur is dead and is in the ground. That's how I remember my purples being ground. Oh, also, I hope it's okay to say this. It's okay. I will be collabing with Avo on Friday. Wait, is it this Friday? Is it this Friday? Is it this Friday? Hold on, double check. Yes, it is this Friday. I will be collabing with Avo on Friday. Yeah. Won't say what we're doing yet. But yes, collab with Avo on Friday. I am looking forward to it. I love hanging out with Avo. She's so cool. Okay, this goes here. This goes here. And then we just need our voltage hookup, and then we should be good in getting outputs. Okay. VN. And our little grounder. Okay. So ideally what we're hoping to see here is that we're getting values. We want to see that we're getting values out, right? Actually, do we need this plugged in like this? Theoretically, it shouldn't matter. So what we're going to hope to see here is that our channel 0 is sitting at a nice, cool, about 512, and then our other channel is sitting at a nice, crisp, our channel 0 should be sitting at approximately 512 if we did it correctly, and our channel 1 should be sitting at 1024. And as long as it's like within a little bit, it should be fine. So let's go ahead and see. Actually, you guys want to do a quick gamba? You guys want to gamba on this? Gamba? Yes, no? We shall gamba. I like gamba. I like gambling. Always give the opportunity to gamba. Start prediction. Will the mux work as expected and pull the curve as expected, plus minus some margin. Okay, you guys will not have long to vote, though. I will only make the prediction 1 minute. You guys have 1 minute to vote. You guys have 1 minute to vote. 1 minute to vote. Voters. Voters, it's time to gamba. Oh, it's berry crepe. Okay. Yep. So, put in your prediction points now. I'm dumping all my points into it. It's working. I mean, if you know, if you like can see the circuit and you can see how I've plugged everything in and wired everything, you may be able to give a more educated guess than yes, no. Maybe it's not working because of critical flaw that you see, and that's basically free points at that point. But wow, I like your guys' confidence. Dude, whoever guessed in the 820. All right. The predictions are locked in. The predictions are locked in, and the answer is... The answer is... It is working. So if we take a look over here, you'll see that channel 0 is showing approximately half, 552, and channel 1 is showing 1024, which is correct. So our voltage divider and our mux is working. So now what we're going to do is we're going to shift it down the line and make sure that all of our different connections are working. We're also going to check our other board to make sure things are working, and then that will probably put us in a great striking position. Alex went to 0. Yes, Alex went to 0 because they did the great reset. I will have to remove people's VIP after stream. So the mux worked as expected. So Okay, the mux worked as expected, yes. So yeses will get it. Congratulations, yeses. Anywho, now what we need to do is we need to cycle through, make sure all of our different ports are working. And then once we are able to verify that, I think that will probably be a decent stopping point. And then I'm gonna have to get a I am going to have to get some Vegemite. Anyways, so this guy should be on channel 3 or channel 2. That is correct. Okay, so channel 2 looks good. And we are just going to probe every channel, make sure that it's okay. Actually, I can skip 2 channels at a time. Okay, let's do 2 channels at a time. Vegemite as a conductor, that is correct. How else are we going to make a magical circle without Vegemite? Okay, that looks correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Oh, wait, was that correct? Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And last one. That's correct. Okay, excellent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift over the wires onto our other system. Just to make sure that that is working, I'm going to unapply power. Going to unapply power while we get a connect. Why make a mux in a node MCU? I'm sorry, why make a mux in a node MCU? Oh, so that's a good question, Lampfowl. So the idea here is that we are trying to make the magical system from Witch Hat Atelier, and the idea that I have in mind is that we are going to be able to obviously like draw out the individual runes and casting circles for it. And in order to check that type of stuff, we're going to need as many inputs as possible. So if you take a look at our device over here, which is a ESP8266. It's very similar to a 32, but it's the older version. So if you take a look at this device here, you'll see quite a few IOs, particularly on this side, right? Like D0, D1, D2, D3, D4, so on and so forth. However, really only 5 of them are usable as a input-output without exception. So the only ones that are actually usable as input-outputs without any additional configuration or having to be pulled low or high on boot is D1, D2, D5, D6, and D7. The rest have their own issues. So that is why. So if we need more than 5 inputs for our casting circle to verify something, we have to use a mux. And also I wanted to include a mux in the project because we've yet to have a mux be successful in any project. We've yet to have a mux be successful in any project. And I want it to be successful. Lurk. Hello, Tinton Noggin. Hold up. Sure, name a project. I'm like 90% sure that I've never made it work. 5 means a lot of input either way, you know? Yes, it does. It does, but I want to leave the potential open for more. And if we didn't have that, it would get exponentially harder to scale the system. Yes, Gideon Air, I could explain to you after stream, but essentially the ESP32 has less that are unconditional. It's not because the ESP32 that I use has less usable I/O. Anywho. Let's get this guy all connected up, and then we shall be Gouda. I think we'll be Gouda at least. I love Gouda. If it has analog ones, that is irrelevant here. If it has analogs, that is irrelevant here. We need the analog input, or analog to digital converter. We need to take an analog input and turn... Okay, so, Lampfowl, I'm not 100% sure if I'm explaining this correctly. Sorry, I'm not overly great at explaining stuff. But the idea here is that we are going to need to use a voltage divider, for lack of a better reason, to essentially... No, I'm answering the other guy. Okay. Never mind. I just work here. I'm counting... I get what you're doing. Okay, cool. I swear it makes sense. I'm not a software engineer. Cries and software engineer. Anywho. Let's go ahead and get this guy connected, go down the line, make sure it's all working, then we'll be in a great situation. So we are going to read our serial output and make sure that we are seeing something on ports 0 and 1. So first things first, we see 0 and 1, 552, and 1024. That is fine within expectations. Let's go ahead and shift down. So I'm just checking 2 pins at a time. So the next should shift to 3 and 4, or 2 and 3 in this case, because it is a count by 0 system, or starts at 0. But that is working next. We go to 5, 6. 5 and 6 are working. You're not a software engineer yet. You probably know. You're not... I'm sorry, what? Now, I do not know which hat, because Country Row in my country doesn't have it, that I need a lot of explanation on. So, essentially, they use a writing system to make magical spells, and it's based on how you actually draw everything out. And the idea is that we are going to use Vegemite, which has a innate resistance in it, to draw out a circuit for us to connect, and then we are going to effectively use that as a voltage divider and then toss that in with some magic to get input outputs. It should work, I think. I'm waiting for a paper to probe that Well, magic turning system. That's a horrible idea. Listen, dude. Listen, Lampfowl. Our last project was literally a Twinkie hot dog machine. And wait, why do you think that's a horrible idea? I really thought it would be a wand with an accelerometer. Oh no, we've already done a wand. We've already done a magic spell book with like voice activated things and chants correctly. We're just trying to make a. I'm trying to make something from the show because I am currently obsessed with it. Okay, looking good. Okay, so all of our connections are in fact looking good, so this puts us in excellent striking distance. I mean, you're relying on the difference between different patterns in Vegemite. Yes. So yes, we are. You'll see how that works out using voltage. That is correct. That is correct. But, you know, we've made magical fire spells, magical water spells, and magical light spells before, so we're not new to making electronics make magical spells. Anywho, so this leaves us in an excellent position. So I have a question for y'all: is who would you guys like to raid today? Is there anyone you guys have in mind particular? I am going to take a quick look. I do appreciate you guys all being around today. I will be in the Discord briefly after stream if you guys want to talk or vibe or ask questions. Yar. But who do you guys want to raid? Who we thinking? Who we thinking? But now it makes perfect sense why you think 5 channels are low. Yeah. Nep. Yeah, we did. Nep, Otako. Again, I will wait until you guys get 3 agreements. So as long as someone says, so I see card, shumi, shumi. So whoever says card or actually any of these, Nep. Except Nep. Okay. If someone literally says, all right, it's Nep. We'll raid Nep. Oh, hey, Apple. Okay, we will raid Nep. So our raid message is going to be, where's it gonna be today? Magic Vegemite Monks. There, this makes absolutely no sense. So that will be our raid message for today. Magic Vegemite Monks, or whatever you guys want within reason. And of course, I had such a good time streaming today, guys. I hope you guys also were able to have a pretty decent time. I most certainly did. So I hope you have a very good afternoon, evening, and of course, night. And on the chance I don't see you guys around on the flippity flip, I'll see you next time. Notters. Oh, thank you for the follow. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys all being around today. Okay, let's raid over.